Welcome to my channel. Before we begin, please take a moment to subscribe and give this video a like. David Muir interrupted his ABC broadcast to deliver an urgent update on the horrific shooting that took place on August 9th in Georgia. During World News Tonight, David informed viewers that new details had emerged following the attack near the CDC headquarters in Atlanta. Authorities discovered approximately 500 rounds of ammunition, he reported, with nearly 200 shots striking multiple buildings. David explained that the suspect blamed his mental illness on the COVID vaccine, and the gunfire shattered more than 150 windows. Tragically, one police officer was killed after the shooter's father called 911, believing his own son was responsible for the attack. David then handed coverage over to ABC News correspondent Faith Abube, who revealed alarming new information uncovered by investigators. According to Faith, the gunman's deep mistrust of the COVID vaccine appeared to be a primary motivating factor. The attacker caused extensive damage across 6 buildings, injuring staff and creating widespread fear. The suspect was identified as 30-year-old Patrick Joseph White of Kennesaw, Georgia, who later died by suicide. Investigators found letters in which White expressed strong opposition to COVID vaccinations. Police and neighbors reported that he claimed the vaccine left him feeling hopeless and suicidal. Medical experts, however, have firmly rejected any link between COVID vaccines and such symptoms. Chris Hosey of the Georgia Bureau of Investigation told reporters that one of the notes focused largely on White's doubts and distrust surrounding immunizations. World News Tonight also reported that White's father, visibly panicked, called 911 fearing his son was involved in the shooting. In an audio clip, the father can be heard saying, "I'm really worried about his possible role in today's shooting. I don't know if he was involved, but I need help." CDC employees who spoke with ABC News stated that threats against the agency had increased following anti-vaccine remarks by Robert F. Kennedy, Jr. While Kennedy publicly condemned the attack, he has continued to criticize the CDC's COVID vaccination efforts, emphasizing that public health organizations should avoid making claims he believes are inaccurate. Public health officials have strongly disputed those assertions. The impact of David Muir's interruption of World News Tonight last Saturday was felt both inside the Atlanta newsroom and among viewers at home. Breaking news does not arrive with ceremony. It comes with a familiar anchor's voice, a tightened cadence, and a sense of urgency that signals the gravity of the moment. By the end of the night, a series of revelations had left a community grieving, a federal agency shaken, and the national conversation surrounding leadership, public safety, and misinformation painfully exposed.
Investigators described the incident as a targeted attack. A shooter opened fire near the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention's Roybal campus in Atlanta. Government buildings were struck by multiple rounds. At least one police officer was killed in the line of duty, and the suspect died during a confrontation with authorities. What began as breaking news quickly escalated into a crisis, fueled by gunfire, questions about motive, a father's desperate 911 call, and growing concerns over workplace security and public rhetoric. Here is a clearer picture of what happened, why it matters, and how the public, government officials, and CDC staff are responding to an incident that has reignited debates over security, leadership, and disinformation at one of the nation's most important public health institutions. When David Muir interrupted World News Tonight to provide updates, investigators were still working to piece together the chaos unfolding along the Emory CDC corridor. His report suggested the investigation was moving swiftly. Police had responded to reports of an active shooter near Emory University and the CDC campus. Initial reports indicated that multiple buildings had been hit, prompting Emory University to initiate a lockdown. Authorities described the new information as stunning, while ABC's Faith Abube delivered live updates from the scene. The sudden interruption reflected the seriousness of the situation and the challenge of distinguishing verified facts from unconfirmed reports during a rapidly unfolding emergency. As officials continued surveying the area, they described the sheer volume of gunfire as extraordinary.